Hello everyone. It's been a while, but recently, sorry, I'll put this on the side. Recently, Zeka from LPU and Unlocked has made a challenge. He has said, for, combating against the slander of people who are progressively pinning their locks, which is a completely valid and fair thing to do, that he would make a challenge with some prizes to encourage, people of all sorts of levels to actually progressively pin their lock and realize that, everyone's going to do it. So the challenge is basically you start with a lock fully gutted of blue or higher belt, and you do half of it as progressive pinning, ideally should be, and then you fill in the rest of it. For me, personally, I think that progressive pinning is completely fine, obviously. I think that a lot of locks probably benefit, especially as you get more difficult. This is an ASSA twin. For me, probably I don't need to prog pin any ASSA twin that I encounter anymore, but certainly when I was learning them, it was very important for me too. But I think also a lot of people fall into this habit of adding one pin at a time. I don't think you should do that. Ideally, you start as fully pinned as possible, and if you get zero feedback at all, you understand nothing about the lock that you're picking, then you should try and remove some elements, whether you take out the top pins, the side pins, whatever. So as I've said, this is a twin, so it has a sidebar, groove here that I will populate first for the challenge. I've put my tweezers off to the side. So sidebars come with 2 sidebar springs, generally speaking. They keep the sidebar balanced in spring pressure. I'm really struggling today to put this spring inside, huh? Now, I'm sorry if I actually go off frame. That would probably not be a great showing by me. But it's been a while. I'm quite rusty, so you'll have to forgive me on that one. I hope I shouldn't go off camera. Right, so that's both the springs in. I'll show you the sidebar now. Hopefully you saw the milling as I was showing it. This, because it's a twin exclusive, has a twin Baltic, it has double width gates. Now which way up is it? I'm going to believe that it's this way up, and I'm going to hope that I'm right. So, because these are not coded, I'll need to put the springs in as well. I don't normally fully gut my locks anymore. I'm too lazy to do that. I keep the springs inside if I can, and that sort of thing. So, yes, probably this video will be mostly me gutting rather than me having a lot of time being spent on actually putting the lock together, and picking more specifically. At least I hope it will be quick to pick. That would be good. So I'll put these in, and then I'll put the key in. Something nice about twins is that you can put the key in, and puts the pins down for you. I forgot to turn the flash on my phone. So, okay, I have put the sidebar in the right way. I'll put my flash on and get the light balance right and all good. Okay, just so you know, there is milling on this side and this side, just for posterity's sake. I'm too lazy to show you after because there is a gut hole up top. The back goes on like this and uses these hex screws. That's my follower. will have roughly... Wow, I'm really going through it. Kind of tired, so... Hope it doesn't affect it too badly. Right, so that's half of the lock. I'll put the pins off to the side where it can still be seen. I'll grab my pick, my tensioner and all that. Put that to the side. I'll move this further into the center. Now, the lock is half full. I'm gonna try and grab this. I'll put this to the side. I had a drink earlier, so yes. Wow, it really has been a while. It's kind of uncomfortable to have my hand around the camera. Right, sidebar of a twin. The twin exclusive is a lot like any other twin, to be honest. The sidebar will bind preferentially if you pick counterclockwise, so it's relatively simple, straightforward, so long as you can interpret the feedback. To be honest with you, I could probably go a year without picking and a twin would still feel the same way, so it's good for me. And should be on the last of them. 1, 2, 3 feels like I've overset it actually. 1 feels good, 2, 3 feels good. There we are. Okay, so that's the sidebar. Now we fill in the rest by doing the tops. So the tops are barrels. This is an ASSA twin that was produced after the 1990s, so goes key pin, driver pin, spring, and as I just said, it came after the 1990s. This is the Baltic exclusive, which the exclusive came out I think around 2001. So they only come in barrels, no gins. It'd be fun, I suppose, if it came with gins, but you can just pick a gin V10 if you want that, and gin V10 is pretty rare, but they do exist. And here's the last of them. Oopsie. Okay, now closing rod, and I'll grab this. And you push down the spring as you push the closing rod in. And so the spring goes down and it sort of pushes up against the closing rod. And I'm trying not to mangle these springs whilst I'm doing it, but they're making it difficult for me. Okay, it's not my fault at the very least. Oh. Sure are mighty pains in the ass sometimes. So the clock is 30 minutes max, so I sure hope I don't spend more time trying to get these springs to behave than I do actually picking. That'd be pretty funny, but also quite sad. This closing rod is not really helping me, huh? I'm going to... Wow, okay. It's too big. Let's try this flag. Alright, the flag works quite well. Okay, good. And then you can
Oopsie. Yes, well, everyone struggles with screws sometimes, apparently. And I'll just do my fingernail for the sake of ease. I don't need it to be particularly tight. Okay, so you can see now that the key works. That's good. I hope so. Oh yeah. Now let's pick the lock. I can put this aside. I will no longer need to gut the lock, which is nice. So I might take a slightly wider angle for my own comfort. Bring my chair a bit closer and start picking. So much like a twin, any normal twin, tops first, generally speaking. And they're barrels, so you'll hear a lot of fox as I cut them up into the milling. Six set, 5 set, 4 set, 3 set, 2 maybe set, 1 maybe set. Let's see the sidebar. Got nothing from the sidebar, which means that I still have something up top to do. So, 6. Six. 5. Drop some stuff and see. One and 2 feel fine. 6, 5, 4, 3. Might need something a little deeper. I'll see if I've got something on my desk. It's not particularly deeper, but it might give me some different feedback. Okay, everything up top seems fine now. Two. Nothing else. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wow, my hand's already ready to give up, and I'm six. Gave me a bit of movement. 5, 4, 3, 1, 2. Maybe that was it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Seems set. 3 seems set. 2 seems set. 1, 2, 3 is still kind of doing something. This feels set. 5. There we go. Alright, 14 minutes. You don't need to gut after you've finished everything. But yeah, that's the ASSA Twin Baltic exclusive. It's just another lock that I have laying around that I quite like picking. But yeah, don't be afraid to prog pin. It's always good, so long as you don't do it exclusively for your lock. In
general, if you prog pin too much, you'll start learning the lock you have in front of you, not the locks in general that you have. You know, if you're coming out of it only being able to pick this given lock when you buy another one, for example, and it's completely different and you can't open it, maybe it's time to take a different look at your approach. But otherwise, progging is completely valid, and I'm not going to say that you shouldn't do it because that would be hypocritical. Thank you everyone for watching. Have a lovely rest of your day.